suggest to you, Pisces, is that it's a good month for you to kind of get clear about what your truth is. Page of Swords is a young person who is an idealist, and he or she is very connected with what their truth is, and they're willing to declare it. They're willing to stand on a mountaintop and say, this is what's true for me, this is what I think, this is what I believe. I'm willing to stand up and declare it. So it's kind of like you are there on the top of the hill with that sword, with that belief, with that thought, but you're kind of just hesitating to declare it or stand up for it, or whatever doubt, fear, or resistance is going on with it. It's kind of like you're there, but you're not quite ready to share it with others. So I'm going to encourage you, Pisces, to connect with what it is that you think, what it is that your belief is, what it is that your conviction is, your thought, your faith, your truth, and really stand firm in that. Because that's one of the things that Page of Swords does. Page of Swords stands firm on the mountaintop and declares it and says, this is what I believe. This is my truth. I'm declaring it to all. So what are your convictions? What are your beliefs? What are your thoughts? And how willing are you to be open about that? Because with all these cards in reverse, it's almost like someone's rolled a blanket over you for July. And your job is just to like throw that blanket off and say, no, here I am. No, I'm standing out. I'm here. I have something to say. What's in your shadow position is a little bit of stasis. Again, it's almost like a serene lake, but it's a little bit of being checked out. Sometimes when we don't want to make a decision on something, we don't know whether to go left or to go right, whether to go up, whether to go down, forwards, backwards, whether to say something, to not say something, whether to take action or be in inaction. It puts us in this place where we just check out and we just go into avoidance mode. And this is a place of stasis. So, and sometimes this card is called willfully blind. So by not taking action on something, Pisces, you are effectively checking yourself out. And because this is in the shadow position, it's saying that you may not even be aware of the fact that you're not making a decision on something, or that you're not taking action on something. Because the way out of this card is to choose one of these swords and put the other one down and go forward. It doesn't mean that that's the final decision, but it's a decision. It's a action in some direction, so that you don't just remain in the same place, stagnant, stasis, checked out, aloof, blind. So there's something that you're blind to, and that is causing you to have difficulty in making a decision, but really what's required there, Pisces, is action. And I get the sense around the new moon, you may be willing to take action on something. What's passing away is Three of Wands. This is the visionary card. This is the dreaming card. This is the surveying of your empire. So it's saying, what do I want to build? What do I want to create? 3 is a very creative number also, by the way. So it's sort of like saying the time for dreaming is passing away. You may have been in a state of thinking about what you'd like to create, thinking about what you would like to bring to yourself, dreaming about sort of, Pisces are very good at dreaming, and you may have been kind of living in a dream world, or just musing, thinking about what you'd want, what you'd like to create, what you'd like to bring to yourself. But that's passing away, and it's really more of a time of, you've got swords, coins, and wands are what's coming in for July. So I'm going to say you need to have decisive thinking, assess what is true for you, assess what's your truth, what you believe, what you think. Be willing to declare that. Be willing to sort of stand on the top of a hill and declare that this is what I think, this is what I believe, this is what's true for me. And then what's coming in is 6 of coins. And this has to do with give and take and balance, equity, things that are equitable, things that are fair, things that are mutual. In this card, we can see someone who's handing something out and holding a balance. So it's a real card of values and assessing value, assessing worth of something. In the reverse position, it's asking me, is the balance of give and take equal? Is there an equal exchange? Is the correct value being assigned to something? Like, are you getting paid enough in your job? With Six of Coins in the reverse, sometimes it's saying that the value is not being compensated for equitably. So I want some of you who are thinking about a job promotion or a raise, now might be a good time to see, are there any imbalances in the work that's being done versus the money that's being received for that? Or this could also relate to your interpersonal connections. Like, is there a nice give and take? Is there equivalency? Is there balance, fairness? I always point out in this card that there are three different roles here. There's the person who's giving, the person who's receiving, and the person who's not receiving anything at all. So do you find yourself stuck in one of those positions? If so, you need to find a way to circulate between giving and taking. That's what unlocks the richness of this card. This is a card about resources, access to things that are valuable, just equity, things that are equitable, the flow, the exchange, the giving and receiving. So that's what's coming in, and maybe asking the question, is there balance here? Is there fairness? Is it correct in its assessment of value? And then what's highlighted for you, Pisces, for July is the Survivor card. And because it's in the reverse position, it's saying that it can go two extreme ways. One is that I no longer feel like I can survive. I don't know if I can keep surviving. I don't know. I keep getting knocked down, and I feel like I can't get back up. This is the Cool Hand Luke card, I call it. Or it may be the ending of a time of feeling like you're just surviving, or feeling like you're going to keep getting knocked down. So what's highlighted is, maybe if you have been coming at a place where you feel like you've been knocked down in the past, perhaps wounded, a certain sense of paranoia or defensiveness where you feel like you're always looking over your shoulder for the next attack, you might be lightening up with that, Pisces. You might be recognizing that you can survive. That's the opportunity in this card, is seeing that you are a survivor. You are strong. There's a quote by Beckett that I always mention when I see this card, and that says, "Ever tried, ever failed, never mind, try again, fail better." So it's sort of like saying you have the opportunity to recognize that you are a survivor, that you don't have to be on the defensive, that you can connect with your own strength. So with this in reverse, I kind of get the sense, Pisces, that as you address and declare what it is you believe, your truth, you won't feel like you're always having to fight these battles. You won't feel like you're going to keep getting knocked down and get back up. Things are going to present. There might be something that is complementary, something that is fair and equitable, and in the exchange of give and receive. So, in fact, both of these, and these are, I'm reading both as you, both of these are looking to this. And actually, this is an interesting bridge, Pisces, between who you are, what your thoughts are, what your innermost beliefs are, even from when you were younger, and your truth, to sort of this battle-scarred veteran, and saying, no, this is really what I want. I want something that's fair. I want something that's equitable. I want something that's balanced. I want something that's practical, level-headed, even-handed. That's really a good word here. So both of these sides of you, this optimistic, idealistic side, as well as maybe this more, I don't know if that he's exactly cynical, but maybe a little weary, world weary, tired of being knocked down and needing to get back up. Really, this is a place of balance. This is a place of finding the middle path, finding moderation, equal sides. I really like what Six of Coins is presenting for you, Pisces, in terms of different parts of your personality and aspects of you for July. Really looking for something that's stable and fair. That's a great card for you. And it's right in line with Empress and Queen of Swords. Again, about speaking your mind. And she's in the upright position. She doesn't mince words. She knows her boundaries. She knows her truth. She's carrying that sword of the truth. She is the more mature version of this young page. So as you work it out, Pisces, I have a feeling in week 2 of July, you embody some of these qualities of this queen. So generally in July, Pisces, stand up for what you think, you believe, what is true for you. And all of these things, as you make a decision and take action, all these things may turn around. For week 1, there is a way in which you're going to need to focus on the spiritual world rather than the physical world. This is a card of 5 of diamonds, 5 of coins, is really a card of choice of focus. If we focus too much on the material world, we can feel very left out in the cold. But if we look at the spiritual world, that's where the warm light is. That's where the golden light is shining, and it's always available to us. This is the church that always has the open doors. It's warm inside. So there also may be someone that you need to comfort within week 1. You know, there may be some fear, some doubt or resistance to confronting who it is that you may need to help. Maybe this is you helping yourself, Pisces. Maybe this is you, the inner parent comforting this inner child and saying, whatever it is that you're feeling, however it is that you're feeling wounded, because there is a wound implicit in this card as well, 9 of Wands. So if you're feeling wounded in any way, tap into that spiritual world, and you can comfort yourself through that. You're not always going to be getting knocked down and needing to get back up. You're actually quite the survivor with this. But I'm kind of just getting the sense, Pisces, that you may need to let go some of this old vision, some of Queen of Coins, whatever it is that you thought you needed to have stability. It's actually all here for you in the spiritual realm. It's all here for you. It may be a way that you're not expecting to see it. So comfort yourself. If you have felt wounded in the past by something, you can sort of reparent yourself by choosing what your focus is. Focusing on spiritual matters is really going to help you. Week 2, you're Queen of Swords. This is you, Pisces. I mean, potentially, I'm really reading this as you. It potentially could be an air sign person. So it could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, who is a good counselor to you and provides you with direct, blunt words of wisdom. But I'm really seeing this as you. And I'm seeing you surrounded by roses. I'm seeing you coming to a bloom that the young page eventually turns into the queen. So this is the more mature you. This is the younger you. And I see you standing by your boundaries. I see you saying what is your truth, aligning with the truth, carrying the sword of the truth, and being very clear and very direct. That is what Queen of Swords does. She's very clear in her thinking. She's very clear with what is her truth. She's carrying it and displaying it. And she doesn't mince words. She's very clear on boundaries. And, she's standing in this garden of roses blooming. So she's kind of just like holding her own, holding her ground and saying, she's standing with the truth. And as I always say, the truth sets you free. So she is in a very calm, grounded, stable, and yet free place. So week 3, we've got Queen of Coins. And we've got 2 queens and Empress here. So you have the opportunity to tap into that energy, Pisces. Queen of Coins is someone who is very stable also. She is more grounded than any of the other queens. She is very level-headed also, but she's very practical. She's very reliable. She's very trustworthy. She's someone who is very loving, very big-hearted, And I think of her as like the domestic queen who is always like cooking a big meal. She's good with animals, good with children. So there's a way in which you're maybe not connecting with being very grounded in week 3. There's a way in which she's showing up for you, and you can be this queen, but there's some sort of doubt, fear, or resistance to stepping into her role, sitting on her throne, wearing her crown. What is it that you need to do, Pisces, to be the Queen of Coins here? I mean, potentially this could be an earth sign person that's showing up for you too. This could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in week 3. But I also see potential for this being you, Pisces, with just like having your stuff together in terms of finances, having your stuff together, having your house settled, your affairs settled, so that you can throw that big dinner party, so that you can, be the host or hostess that is, bringing warmth to the fire, to the hearth here. So what doubt, fear, or resistance do you need to remove in order to have that happen? Do you believe that that's possible, or that you're capable of that? Also, week 4, Empress. Now, this is the woman who is completely satisfied. She's abundant. She's prosperous. Everything grows around her. She's fertile. This is basically the queen of life, and it's a very Venus-based card. So it's a card of pleasure, of satisfaction, of all things abundant and full. I think of a cornucopia when I think of Empress energy. So it's here for you in week 4. But again, what is the fear, doubt, or resistance that you need to remove to enjoy sort of this bounty of life that is here at your feet, that is wanting to come in for you in a very full way? This is the Queen of Earth. And this is, same with Empress. She is I often see her as Ceres, the goddess of the harvest. So it's almost like there's this abundant cornucopia there for you, Pisces. It's like a buffet. What is preventing you from going and partaking in that? What is preventing you from feeling satisfied and full and complete and prosperous and abundant? And, she is like the ripe piece of fruit that is just soaking in the sun. And that's kind of there for you in week 4. But you may need to connect more with Page of Swords energy, what you think, believe, what your truth is, in order to access these beautiful cards of Queen energy and Empress energy. You kind of have to, here's what I'm getting, Pisces, you have to address the immature side of yourself. Immature thinking is what you need to correct in order to experience these. That's what will turn that around.